This morning, we are going to watch part one of a two-part sermon looking at the idea of calling. We have, I'm told, on average, 81.16 years on earth. How should we spend those years? What does God want us to do? And how do we know? For the last 26 years of my 81.16 years, I've been paying the bills by being a radio presenter. That's been my calling, sitting in these studios here. But now God has something else planned for me. What? I don't know yet, but it won't be here. One thing I do believe, though, is that now is not the time for me to turn my back on God. I could easily take the hump and have the attitude of, I'm not doing anything else for you, God. I've done all this for you, yet you've left me unemployed. But I'm not. I'm getting closer to God than ever before at the moment, and I genuinely don't feel concerned about where the next paycheck is coming from. I'm more bothered about the thought of having to wear a flipping face mask to do the big shop again tomorrow. Stinky breath, isn't it? Okay, let's have a reading to set the tone for these next couple of messages. This is Paul writing in Ephesians 4, and it's a reading which Craig Rochelle is going to pick up on in his message this morning. As a prisoner for the Lord, then, I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, just as you were called to one hope when you were called. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all, through all, and in all. But to each one of us, grace has been given as Christ apportioned it. This is why it says, when he ascended on high, he took many captives and gave gifts to his people. What does he ascended mean? Except that he also descended to the lower earthly regions to see us mere mortals. He who descended is the very one who ascended higher than all the heavens in order to fill the whole universe. So Christ himself gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors and teachers to equip his people for works of service, so that the body of Christ may be built up until we all reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God and become mature, attaining to the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. Are we living a life worthy of our calling? We'll think more about that with Craig very soon. First, though, let's sing again together.